Welcome back to another episode of Real Chumps. We're chatting about movies, feels like hanging out with friends. I'm your host, Marcel, and with me, as always, is my co-host, Danny.
This week, we are going to be talking about movie news, mostly because we got to get back on the bandwagon because we've been busy. But we have lots of good things in store for you for some of the top things that we talk about with the Oscars, as well as some of the interesting movie news we wanted to discuss from Conan and so much more.
That's right. Head over to YouTube where we have movie news like this. We also do movie reviews when we have time. And every now and then we have additional content like trailer reactions, which people love.
With that being said,
let's roll the intro.
Bro, so I just want to thank you guys so much for tuning in today's episode. We want to just say thank you for, we know that so many of you guys pinged us and have asked what is going on. And we have to tell you, life hit us hard. Marcel, can you please describe to me what actually hit you after we started doing Dystopian Month?
Yeah. So much hit me. Lots of changes at work, so I've been busy on that front. And then I think I just kind of got a little bit I wouldn't say depressed, but I think Dystopian Month affected me, especially with what's happening in the world, in real life.
Dystopian Month, it wasn't I agree with you because it wasn't I got fully depressed, but it was definitely things are dystopian's seeping in a little too hard.
Yeah, and I think again, because the movies that we've been talking about have such strong themes and such big ideas that I don't know. I think it took a toll on me. But that's not really the reason. We both have been extremely busy. So we're grateful to everyone that has tuned in, people that have reached out. And right now, thank you for joining us. We got off the bandwagon for a couple weeks there. We're back.
Yeah, and it's like you said, life just got a little bit crazy, and that's okay. We're just trying to live life.
Yes.
I have to say though, it is good to be back, and the fact that we've only really had this big hiccup here, I think we've done a pretty great job.
100%. But let's jump into it. Look, we are taking a break from talking about a specific movie. We'll be back on that. But we want to kind of just do a quick recap of the Oscars, some movie news, and just chat a little bit about that. You did not get to see Oscars.
That's correct. We actually were filming our prediction episode, and tragically, my wife had a gallbladder that she needed to get removed.
Yes, mid-filming. Yeah. So we stopped, and you handled that like a champ.
Yeah, and I was on daddy duty for the last couple of days. Wife is doing pretty good. Still recovering, but she's pretty amazing. She did make the comment of, I asked her, we were she was heaved over just in pain at the hospital, the ER, and I was like, is this worse than
labor?
And she's like, no, but yes, because it's just straight constant. Where in labor it was a wave, and it was just here and then it was there. Just ocean waves, baby.
There's also also the idea that there's a reward at the end of going into labor. You have a baby.
100%.
Here, it's just my gallbladder's gone.
You now have to deal with diets more aggressively because you can't have they didn't give her any diet restrictions, which I think is kind of impressive, but it does mean that she's gonna have to be way more cautious about what kind of fatty foods, and which we had the day she went, we had a really good mashed potato and a salad with olive oil and lemon, so it was
that trigger the surgery,
yeah,
the need. Yeah, I mean, I'm glad everyone's okay.
Yeah, 100%. We're doing great, and but I'm excited to be talking about this because I didn't get to watch the Oscars, and I was actually really looking forward to this year because
2025 was such a hit year for cinema, for movies, and we talked about it. Go check out our best of 2025 episode, but some great stuff. Just real quick recap. Conan O'Brien as host just makes sense. He did great last year. He did really good this year. I really like him. He takes some slight jabs here and there, but it's not anything too aggressive, too mean, but also not too soft. I think it's just it's great.
For sure. Conan, I think Conan's, he's, late night talk show legend. And so I think he knows where to put the comedy, where to really, they do a lot of, prep, but he owns the stage for
Yeah,
sure.
yeah.
And I think everything that the small percentage that I have been able to see, he seemed like he just crushed it yet again.
He had a
And
wonderful opening like video with him being Aunt Gladys from Weapons.
oh, nice.
It was really
That's
good. I'll let you
awesome.
watch it. It was really good. But my biggest complaint and biggest issue that I had, it felt like with the Oscars moving over to YouTube in a couple of years, it genuinely felt like ABC was just kind of like, screw it. We are going to promote a bunch of random movies and content from our end. So, for example, like at one point we had Pedro Pascal and
Sigourney Weaver?
yeah.
Okay.
So they're both starring in.
I'm really impressed that I remember that.
Yeah, actually, that's true. They're both starring in the Mandalorian Grogu. Okay.
Yes.
They had them up on stage doing this bit, and then Grogu was sitting in the audience, and I just felt like, okay, like we're doing this bit. You're really pushing for the Mandalorian Grogu.
I have to ask: a trailer has come out. Are you excited for that?
Let's circle back to this because I have thoughts on this.
Okay.
So they did that, and then you had Robert Downey Jr. and Chris Evans come out also talking about like, oh, look, it's a 14th anniversary since our first Avengers movie, or 15th anniversary, whatever it is. And we're going to be coming back again and blah, blah. And it just felt, it was a horrible bit. It wasn't funny at all. They were doing this thing where they pretended to get each other gifts, whatever it was. It didn't work. And then you had Anne Hathaway come out and with the real editor-in-chief of Vogue magazine.
Okay. So like, okay.
So also kind of like promoting Devil Wears Prada, which is a 20th century property. So I don't know. I just felt like Disney, they know they're losing the Oscars to YouTube, and I just feel like they unshamelessly went forward and said, yeah, you know what, promote all of our stuff as people are coming out. Like, I don't know. It just felt like it didn't vibe with me. I did not like it at all. It was weird.
We'd love to know what your thoughts are. Did you feel like it was tasteful, or was it, like Marcel said, untasteful and a very unselfish plug of shoving it down your throat?
Unshameless plug. Freaking Disney. Whatever. Look, I do want to talk about a couple of the wins, because we both talked a lot about Michael B. Jordan, right? He got his win here.
I'm happy for this.
It was so good, well deserved. Everyone on that stage, from Leo to Ethan Hawke, Timothy, Wagner Moura, stacked nominations, and I just
very
think
stacked.
We talked about this during our episode of Sinners. Like, Michael B. Jordan just 100% deserved this. He played two characters that were very different, and just really brought them to life. And I just wonderful performance here.
I mean that film just alone. The more I love that film, Sinners. I had a coworker who he's like 25 years old, and he finally watched it, and he's like, bro, I feel like did you do it? I'm like, you got to watch my episode. I sent it over because like you have to process that film so much. And I think it's even better because of Michael B. Jordan playing both characters.
Yeah. And we talked about this. Like, I think you could have gone the route of not making them identical twins, change the story a little bit, but like it just really enhanced by committing to it and having Michael B. Jordan, who's just incredible at everything, really bring out these performances. It was awesome.
Yeah, and I have to say, I think that anytime you do get an actor playing both parts, it is always a little bit of a special moment. I mean, Michael B. Jordan, he's an absolute legend. I think he deserved the win, and I'm happy that he did get it. But I think that thinking about Lindsay Lohan, right? In The Parent Trap, and even Tom Hardy.
Okay.
In Legend.
Oh, in Legend, yeah.
Yeah, like it's just something special.
It's fun. It's fun to see them, like, just how an actor will approach the two characters and then individually as one. So it's fun.
I think the added thing here is that we have the amazing Autumn Arkapaw, who did get cinematography win for Sinners, which was great because we did think it was going to go to.
I definitely thought it was going to go to One Battle After Another, to Michael Bowman, and so for Autumn to win it, and we had discussed this, you and I, in our unrecorded episode, but like we felt, or I felt that One Battle After Another was going to win it, but it should go to Autumn, and it did. and it's great. First female to ever win cinematography.
Wait, for reals?
Yeah, dude.
I don't think I actually realized that she's the first female.
First female, and obviously in first woman of color to win cinematography.
Dude, let's go.
Yeah,
I don't think I realized. That's amazing, and also absolutely absurd.
Yeah,
the fact that we have not. I've said it once and I've said it again.
You have.
I would like, when we make a film, I would love to have a female cinematographer. I think they bring something very, very special, to how they decide to go make decisions, and not only for cinematography but also for directing. And that is just there's something special there. And I think it is absolutely absurd that it was 2026 before to get it.
For it to get one. Yeah, no, I agree. Sinners also won Best Original Screenplay.
Well deserved,
obviously. But one battle after another, winning Best Film.
Right.
Editing.
Right.
Sean Penn winning his
supporting role.
He didn't show up. Did you hear about this?
No.
Yeah, he didn't show up.
I think actually I did hear about this.
I mean, it's Sean Penn. Like he's so like disconnected from like the whole awards program. This is his third win. Okay. And he just didn't show up. And like what's his face? The Culkin, who won it last year, made like a little jab comment about it too. So yeah, no, he didn't show up. But he got it. Good for him, I guess.
Good for him, man.
Yeah. And then also it won the Best Adapted Screenplay. So that was PTA's first win.
Oh, it was his first win.
And then later in the evening he got best director. So
good for him. I mean, he's a great director.
Well deserved. It's what I'm interested though. Like I'm curious to see what he will do next. Because
that is the real question. Is he gonna do another? Is he gonna start doing like even bigger swings or something even more interesting? Or is he gonna do something that has to feed the studios? You know, maybe not feed the studio, but like maybe not be exactly what we expect from him.
Well, even then, like One Battle After Another was not a movie that I expected from him. It's 4 times the budget of what he's ever done. The scale, it's massive. It was his first like action movie, so to speak, quote unquote action, right? I'm just curious, like, will he go back to like his, like smaller budgeted stories and more character focused movies, or will he continue on this path of like, I went big, it made money, and it also brought a lot of recognition. Maybe this is what audiences want from me, PTA. Like maybe I just start making bigger budget films that are character driven.
I mean, yeah, it definitely could be the case. He could start, he fall in the role of like, okay, I'm going to start telling stories that I find intriguing with bigger budgets, with, more elaborate scene or whatever you want to go, however you want to go about it, or with partners that are willing to take a bigger risk on something or whatever, and showcase that like cinema is not dead.
Exactly. Yeah. I'm really curious to see what he'll do.
Does he have anything slated?
No, I don't think so.
Yeah, okay.
Amy Madigan won for Weapons, supporting role. Well deserved.
100%.
And then we all knew Jessie Buckley was going to win leading role for Hamnet.
Yeah, yes.
Yeah. I will say, I'm surprised K-pop Demon Hunters won animated feature film.
I have to double check. I saw that they won, and
they're up against Zootopia 2, which was really good.
It's really good. Did you watch it again?
We watched it again because it just came on Disney Plus, right? Yeah, it's really good.
It's really good, and there's so many references to other films, not only Disney but like just in general.
Yeah. I think I shared this in our Best of 2025 episode, but like I thought Zootopia 2 was the better film. I love K-pop Demon Hunter. I've been on record saying this plenty, but I just thought Zootopia 2 was the better movie there. But no, good for them. Good for K-pop Demon Hunters for winning that.
Good for Netflix. I mean, doing it under, like, they're just like, let's put this in the docket and whatever, and having a raging success. Not just raging, a cultural
impactful movie that just really affected like pop culture.
Yeah, no, and the fact that it did, like, having my kids be so entrenched and so many other kids just loving it, and on top of that, having adults talk about it, talk about the meaning of the music, talk about like entering the world, like someone who's never even heard of K-pop, get interested in K-pop.
Yeah.
This is the kind of film that just showcases like that good storytelling, no matter the culture, no matter what it is, helps to break down barriers for people because they're introduced to something that maybe they never would have done it without a film.
Yeah. No, I agree, and I'm excited for what they come up with for a sequel. We'll see. They better not rush it. I'm okay with them not rushing it, and like let's get like a good sequel. Hopefully, gets a full theatrical release.
Agreed.
I would love that.
Agreed.
Casting. This was the first year that casting was a nomination, and one battle after another took it. I was very surprised just because I for sure thought Sinners was going to be the movie to win this one for Francine Meisler. I don't know. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like the casting in both movies, the casting in both are great, big ensembles. But I don't know. I just definitely thought she was going to win it.
I mean, I don't disagree. I mean, I definitely think that like you have there, but there is something to be said about the casting that goes into having Sean Penn, Teyana Taylor, Leo, the girl who plays the daughter. I can't remember her name now. I just spaced it. Anyways,
yeah,
having her come in and like be able to like perform with these actors at the level that she did, I think was phenomenal.
100%. But I mean, let me read out some of Francine's
credits.
Okay. Obviously, she did Sinners. She was the casting director for Challengers from 2024. Okay.
Dang.
Both Dune movies.
Oh, okay. Dang. She would have got it for Dune.
She was the casting director for Don't Look Up. All right.
Okay.
We love that movie.
Oh, interesting. Interesting.
She was the casting director for Little Women. Okay. The one from
the new one?
Yeah. Uncut Gems.
Oh, bro.
All right. And this is just in the last 6-7 years. Like
she probably should have deserved it.
I mean, it's fine. It's fine.
But again, here's the thing: is like, what are we rating here? Obviously, casting or in directing or whatever. But like, is there like a rubric that they're following? Is it just vibes?
Yes, and I think it's a lot more than that. Watch the announcement watch the presentation of the award for this, because each movie that was nominated had someone from the cast talk about what the casting director does, right? And yeah, you have to find the vibe, but I think you work very closely with the director to understand who is this character and what do they personify and who can be the individual that really finalizes that, right? And a casting director is constantly in this stage of like, and I'm pushing this person. They push back against the director to say, no, this is why this person is good or why I think it's not, right? And they have so much influence in that. And they become the advocate for that, for the actor to say, no, I believe in you. You can do this. You got this, right?
I think it's powerful. I'm not saying what I'm saying is like in general, the Oscars, every single category, I mean, I guess it's shrouded. Is there like a rubric that they have out there that I don't know about that like, or is it just, that's the thing. What I'm trying to say is like, how do you judge these sort of things?
Sure. Yeah. No, I get that.
Anyways, but I do love that casting director is in it because every aspect of the film in the process is so crucial, and every moment, every decision does have huge impacts, right? When you're looking for, even for commercial work, right? You're hoping, you might look at this person looks and feels, and you're just praying and hoping that they're going to get on stage and be able to do what you need to do. Commercial work's a little easier because like, you just come up, you just deliver a couple, you can give direction. But when you go to a film setting, like they might be a dick on set, right? Or they might have a harder time really coming into that character. Even though the casting director might believe that they have the potential to channel it, they just might not be in the headspace or in the life space to be able to get to that place.
No, I'm excited for this nomination and moving forward. Look, the last thing I want to point out, two things. Ludwig Göransson once again takes
takes the cake.
Original score. Okay, his third one. First one was Black Panther. Second one was Oppenheimer, and now Sinners. That score.
He's probably going to take. He for sure would take Odyssey because he's doing Odyssey, right?
Yeah, he's doing the Odyssey. I'm curious if he's coming back for. I don't think he is for the Mandalorian Grogu because he came up with the season 1 theme.
That's right.
And
that's
then
right.
The main score for that. So I don't know if he is coming.
I don't think I don't know.
We're gonna talk Mandalorian and Grogu in a second.
What do you guys left? I want to start talking about some of these upcoming things.
Okay, last thing. Marty Supreme got nothing.
I am a little bit shocked about that, but not too shocked. I think there was a little bit of like.
What would you have given Marty Supreme? You had mentioned best editing, right?
Yeah, I think I would have. That's probably the way I would have got. But One Battle After Another got it. Which again, I was torn. One Battle After Another and Sinners both have and Marty Supreme were really, really hard calls. I think they all have. They're all a little bit different, but I felt like Marty Supreme, the whole journey, I felt like, you're just along for the ride. And you're also along for the ride for
One Battle After Another.
But at the end of the day, I get why they went with One Battle After Another. I think there's a level of like where Marty Supreme is always a go, go, go. The climax truly is the final shot.
Yeah.
Which I think does hurt a little bit when it comes to not the edit. It's not that the editing is bad there. It's just that like when you think about the overall, like what do you think about a best edited film? It takes you on an emotional journey, both highs and like a little bit of like a slow, like to reset yourself.
Sure.
And I think overall, you've got that in One Battle After Another, 1,000% probably over.
No, I get that. It's interesting. It didn't win anything. Chalamet still not getting his.
I'd be curious if listen, I'm not here. I don't know anything about that, but I'd be curious if after his recent comment with the actors interview thing that they did.
The opera and ballet comments. No, that they didn't do it. The voting had already closed by then.
Okay, great. So I just was curious because I'm like, PR stuff and blah blah blah.
Yeah, no. I look. I'm gonna give you 3 examples here. 2, 3. Dustin Hoffman. Okay. Came onto the scene with The Graduate. Powerful. Was nominated. Didn't win. He comes back to back with nominations. Great stuff. He doesn't win until like 15 years later. Okay. Al Pacino, The Godfather. Okay. Gets a nomination. Also takes him another decade or 2 to get his Oscar. Third example, Leo. Okay. Leo got his first nomination at the age of 14 for What's Eating Albert Grape or whatever. And then he just has hit after hit after hit, powerful performances for 3 decades, and then finally gets it, right? I think the Academy looks at people like these 3 and Timothée Chalamet and say, you're young, you're incredible, you're amazing, but this is still not your best. And you have 4 or 5 more decades to continue to give us powerful performances. You will get it. Just wait.
We're not giving you it's the whole marshmallow thing, right? You haven't given us everything,
and maybe not. He hasn't given us everything. He has. I just think they're like, you're going to continue to give us incredible performances. Just wait. Right. And I think, with Leo, Dustin Hoffman, Al Pacino, it's the same thing. They come in so strong, so early in their careers that I think the Academy just says like, you just give it time. Like you are great. And we're going to continue to get incredible performances from you. You'll get it.
I think it's a great perspective. And I think that's a good take.
And I think I'm curious to know, he has Dune and other stuff coming up lined up. I would love though for Timothy to just kind of maybe pivot a little bit and do something
just out there, just like something that people aren't expecting from him.
Yeah, like
what would that look like though?
I would love to see him do some kind of a drama comedy.
Bro, I was just thinking that. I was like,
because he's funny. He's goofy. Like in interviews, he's super like chill and just like goofy all around. Heck, I'll even like Adam Sandler and Timothy Chalamet doing a
killer.
drama comedy, not just a pure comedy, right? But like a drama comedy that Adam Sandler does so well in. I think we've got like, I would bring one of the Safdie brothers
It's so funny
again
because
to do that.
I was thinking him and Chris Evans doing some sort of comedy drama, maybe a little bit more of a buddy comedy type thing. Maybe could be a funny. Or I think he has chops for a good he could come in. I mean, I don't know, pair him with someone who's an icon like Will Ferrell, or he needs somebody that just, I don't know, just that could really help him. They just hit it out of the park with comedy beats.
If I was, again, I'm not. If I was Timothy Chalamet, I would just kind of like maybe reevaluate. Like, yeah, have my Oscar award winning performances like
right.
they're in my back pocket, but like, you know what? Let me try something different and just. I think it also helped him like with his PR, just because, again, going back to those comments that I think are completely taken out of context. And how adamant and aggressive he's been about like, I'm great, I'm gonna win big, and I'm gonna win my award. I think it'd be good for him, like from a PR perspective, just kind of like do something like that's not lighthearted, but like something different than what people are expecting from you. So I don't know, we'll see. But overall, good Oscars. It was good. I enjoyed it. Had a good time.
Awesome, dude. I'm a little bummed I didn't get to see it live.
Next year, listeners, let us know. Would you join a live stream if we did it?
I was actually just thinking about that. I was like, maybe next year we do like a cool fun show. We
live stream it, give our commentary in real time. Yeah,
we could do like a fun red carpet with some other people who are like big.
Sure,
that'd be fun.
Yeah.
Well, let's we'll put it together.
We'll workshop it.
Great stuff. Okay, so next up we have a couple of movie news things that we want to talk about. First, look, I want to talk about our boy Aaron Pierre. You have him in Hollywood Reporter talking about him getting cast as the Man of Tomorrow, with joins with a Superman sequel. But I just also want to talk a little bit about the fact that we got the Green Lantern, or the Lanterns trailer,
right?
And I'm excited.
I'm super excited. I don't know why people are freaking out about the fact that there's no costume, or
I think this is why I'm more excited about this, because they're like, we have the balls to say we're not going to show anything, because that's the point here. The other point is that like, it's not about the costume, it's not about it's about what they are as lanterns, and they're out doing what their job. He's a rookie on duty, and I love that we get that in the trailer. But we also get the mystery of what do they do? What are they investigating?
Exactly. I think by not showing us like them putting on the costume or being in costume, or even like the green glow of flying, whatever it is, like I think it just adds to the mystery of what this show is going to be, right? It's been pitched to us for 2 years now that this is True Detective meets the DC universe, right? And I am here for it. I think both the characters of Jon Stewart and Hal Jordan are great. I love the idea of Hal taking on a rookie and helping him and guiding him. I love the idea of like this mystery in the heartland of USA. Like, I just like, what are we? Is it aliens that are taking over this town? I hope it's aliens taking over like a town,
or even just like that. As a Green Lantern, the Lantern Corps, that they are the police force of the universe, and that there's something. Maybe it's not just aliens, but aliens partnering with a local, or that has secret invasion type thing. Like, there's just so much good that is going to come from this.
I'm super excited.
Yes,
yeah, I'm way excited. So and that's good for Aaron Pierre that he's now being cast in Man of Tomorrow. He'll be Jon Stewart in Man of Tomorrow. So I'm excited for that. The movie goes into production in April, in like a couple weeks.
I'm because of the tone of the trailer, both Supergirl and Lanterns being some of the stuff that's not directly done by James Gunn. I'm like hoping that just like we get some really great storytelling, great movie and show production that we just are all in love with, and that we just get the era of DC that we've been craving for.
100% agree. The other thing I want to talk about, you probably saw this. Bradley Cooper is now being tasked to direct and star in the Ocean's 11 prequel.
Yeah, I'm not. This was a very kind of an interesting drop. I mean, this is the multiple. They've gone through. There's a third director that's taken up the mantle, but it's Bradley Cooper who's starring it as well. I don't think that. I think this is something that Bradley Cooper can definitely do. I'm just curious to know if like what's happening.
Yeah. So Lee Isaac Chung, who directed Twisters, the sequel, he was tapped to do the movie, and then he left after Jay Roach had also been attached. So yeah, this is now the third director on it. This is also being like produced with Margot Robbie, and also starring Margot Robbie. And again, it's a prequel. It's supposed to take place in the 60s in Europe. I'm gonna start the rumor that this is probably like
You're starting a rumor.
Danny Ocean's parents, like doing a heist.
Oh,
like
interesting. Interesting.
That's what I'm assuming, because it's an Ocean's family heist, and I'm assuming, and it takes place in the 60s, so it's probably parents of Danny Ocean doing a heist with their team. Now, keep in mind, last year George Clooney said that they are working on a sequel for Ocean's 13.
Right. Yes.
So that's still in the works.
Okay.
And the idea is they have everyone coming back: Brad Pitt, Matt Damon, Julia Roberts, the whole gang. And the idea is like this group of thieves that have kind of like lost their step in like pulling off heists. So like, what does that mean for them? And like, what does it mean to be an aging con man in, at this stage in their lives?
So the real question is, who's gonna take up the mantle of the people that they're gonna have to compete, or is it just gonna? I mean, could that be the route that they go? I don't know.
Well, I mean, I still think I would still love to see Sandra Bullock and George Clooney, right? Because she plays.
Did you like Ocean's 8? Have we discussed this on the podcast yet?
We have not. No, I did not like it, and I think mainly because none of these have Steven Soderbergh writing or co-writing nor directing, right?
Right. And I
think what makes the three Oceans movies, I mean, in quality they range, but what I love about all three is just the script on all of them.
Yes, I mean,
not necessarily the story, but the script. The script it's funny, it's punchy, it has moments of just like this dry humor that is very much Steven Soderbergh, and I just don't. And Ocean's 8 did not have that, and it was bland. And what also concerns me about this prequel, like I want something very specific out of my Ocean's movies, and it's that quippy, smart, punchy comedy and script that Ocean's 8 did not have.
See, and I think this is where I agree with you, because I think, and Soderbergh does this so well. His dialogue is so well written, and then directed when they get the actors on set and they start directing them, is just like you're a fly in the wall in this conversation, and you're just along for the journey.
Yeah.
And that's something that, like, you feel like you're in a performance when you're watching Ocean's 8. It's hard to crack that code of like that, the fine line of like reality / it's something like, because we all know we're watching a movie, but there's something so casual and not performative, but like encompassing of how they deliver because of the dialogue being so good. Sorkin does this as well.
Yeah.
We have tons. I even think that, I think One Battle After Another also provided this as well.
Exactly. To me, it's we're getting world building from the script.
Yeah.
And not from exposition, not from showing us visuals or a flashback or cutting to other areas of what's happening in the movie, but like we're getting from simple comments of like there's even like the first scene when or not the first scene, but like the scene when Brad Pitt and George Clooney go meet with
Matt Damon.
No, the guy that's gonna finance he's the competing casino owner. He says no, and he's like, hey, but like I owe you from that one time in that one place with that one thing. Like, leave me your address. I can send you a gift, right? It's like even something like that. I owe you. We go way back from that one time at that one thing with that one place. It's like we don't know what it is, but like there's a history there. There's world building. And when you have it on paper and then you have incredible actors who can then deliver the lines and the performances, it all comes in together. I love the cast of Ocean's 8. I do. And I do like the story.
Agree. Yeah,
but it was just missing that magicness that Soderbergh is able to bring.
Agreed. I think I I know that they're never going to do it again. They're not going to try to do it like an Ocean's 9 or whatever. But it would. I think they deserve another round. They had a good cast. Just the script wasn't great.
Yeah, and I think if George Clooney and Brad Pitt are doing this sequel, I think some of the cast from the Ocean's 8 should come over. I would love to see that because they're great actresses, phenomenal. Sandra Bullock and many of the others, like teaming up with the likes of Brad Pitt and Matt Damon and George Clooney. I think it's a recipe for success.
Oh yeah, I agree.
So, but anyway, this prequel, I don't know. I at first I was like Bradley Cooper, but at the same time I'm like, yeah, okay. Like Bradley Cooper's been really gunning for that Oscar win as a director, okay, and as a performer. He's been really gunning for it. All his movies have just they're Oscar bait. Okay, 100% they are.
Yeah.
Okay, and so for him to be like what I just said about Timothy, like, you know what? Let me
try something different.
Yeah, let me try something different. Let me sidestep and try something new in my career. The more I think about it, I'm like, yeah, okay, that's fine.
Well, I'll be honest with you. Bradley Cooper, I think he's a slept on. I think he loves cinema. I think he really I'm always surprised of what he's in. You know, he's Jor-El in the late Superman. I think that this could have some good stuff. I mean, Margot Robbie, she's fantastic, and I think that they could have a really great chemistry, not only on screen, but like him being also the director, having that could really benefit. But again, is the script there? Will it benefit, and will it make us want to rewatch all the Ocean's movies? That's if you don't finish the film and you're like, I want to watch all of Ocean's 11 again. You failed. You missed the job of why you were doing your training, because we want to explore this world even more. Like you said, there's so many little things, little nuances that you just want more of.
Yeah, exactly. So anyways, we'll see how that goes. I want to talk a little bit about the Paramount and G.I. Joe.
Okay.
So Paramount, obviously, with their new leadership, they are really wanting to prioritize their IPs, right? Yes. And part of that is their new leadership is really adamant on let's prioritize Star Trek and G.I. Joe. Okay, like that's number one priority are those two.
Which I have to say, Star Trek. I've not watched any more of Starfleet. Yeah. I've heard. I watched the second episode and it lost it for me a little bit. I was like, this is not quite Disney Channel, but it's borderline. But I've heard that there's other really great Star Trek episodes. I'm like,
sure.
So I might pick it up on a weekend after it's final. I think it might be close to finishing up, but I'm definitely like, but I agree. I think other animated series of Star Trek could be really fantastic. I think just honestly, I think a sitcom. I mean, I guess just a quirky sitcom based in Star Trek would be really great. Anyways, that's all I'm saying is that there's so much to be done in Star Trek and revisit, and I think that's Trekkies are they love what it is.
100%. The real focus over at Paramount is on the film side. Like, let's prioritize Star Trek and G.I. Joe on a cinematic scale, right? So they've had a lot of submissions for scripts. Max Landis was most recently tied to one, but they've passed on his script. No reason why. And they're still like evaluating several other writers. One of them being Danny McBride.
Okay.
A Danny McBride G.I. Joe movie sounds, I don't know, could be fun, I guess.
Are you though? Are you excited for this, for them doubling down on G.I. Joe? I mean,
I want G.I. Joe. Did I like the first G.I. Joe Rise of what was it? Rise of Cobra?
Yeah, I think so.
No, I did not like it. No one liked it. Did I watch G.I. Joe, the sequel with The Rock? No, I didn't.
Of course you did.
I'm not going to watch that. And then they came out with
Snake Eyes.
Did I watch Snake Eyes? No, of course not.
I did watch Snake Eyes.
And was it good? No,
because
exactly.
You don't want a snake. You don't want to know who Snake Eye is.
Exactly.
You just want to. It's mysterious. They messed up.
No, so I'm just like, do I want G.I. Joe movies? Yeah, of course I do. Do I want them to be good? Yeah. So I think I don't know. We'll see what Danny McBride does. I've been watching The Righteous Gemstones on HBO Max.
Yeah.
It's great stuff.
I
It's funny. It's great.
It's been on the docket. I'm like, I don't know if I liked it, but it looks good.
It's good.
Yeah. It's got a stacked cast though.
Massive cast. And I'm just like, I'm not like rushing it. I'm like, I'll watch an episode here, I'll watch another episode there. But like, yeah, it's a good time. Anyway, so we'll see what comes out of that. I don't know. We'll see what Paramount does. I don't.
There's I mean, Paramount. The real thing is like if they're gonna do this, I kind of hope if they're gonna do G.I. Joe, it needs to feel not corny, in my opinion. Or is corny better for? I don't know. We'll let it be.
We'll see. There was, I think, the Max Landis pitch, or maybe it's the Danny McBride one. I can't remember. But the idea is that Cobra has infiltrated so much of the government, of worldwide governments, that the G.I. Joe has become so like a conspiracy. Like they don't really exist because Cobra has become so strong and relevant,
and they control the narrative.
Yeah, and so like the G.I. Joe never really existed. It was just a myth. It isn't really around, and so then it's like the rise of like G.I. Joe coming and rising up against Cobra. So I like that.
Yeah,
why not?
Yeah, I mean it's like it brings a narrative like this is G.I. Joe can do. You know, we're still here, and it
reintroduces the G.I. Joe organization, right, to a whole new audience and what that means. So rather than just doing like a straight origin again. So
which honestly would be better play.
Yeah,
great stuff. Look, you also have Conan. I did see that the Conan the Barbarian was getting brought back. Arnold Schwarzenegger, Christopher McQuarrie teaming up for this movie.
Yeah, so this is what's shocking, surprising, everything about this announcement to me. I'm just like, I don't know. Okay, like Arnold Schwarzenegger coming back as Conan, I don't know. Like he's still like big and thick, but I mean, can he run?
Yeah.
Can he lift a big like hammer still? Like, and sure he can, but like, can he do it in like in an action sequence?
Have you watched him in Fubar?
I have not.
Yeah,
it shows.
His age,
shows. Yeah, and he's 80 something, 70 something.
I know. Yeah.
So part of me is like, okay, like, or are they going to do a whole like, oh, Conan has a child and you know this is the passing on the
Isn't
mantle.
His son is a builder, right? A bodybuilder.
Yeah. So his one son, Patrick, right? He's in, what was he in? He was in that one show that everyone loves and I haven't seen. Someone's yelling at me. It's on Max. Anyways. So Patrick, right? He's an actor, but then he has the other son. That's like a bodybuilder influencer.
Right. That's what I was thinking of.
That looks more like Arnold. But I don't know if they go down that route. Like, is that what I want out of a Conan movie? Do I want it to just be Conan? He said that it's more of Conan has been king and ruling for the last 40 years, but then he loses like the trust of people of his kingdom, and then he has to come back and face madness and violence and creatures and whatnot. So
have you watched any of the Conan?
The first one a long time ago. Yeah. Can't remember much of it, but
yeah,
I did watch the first one.
I think I've watched one, the first one as well, like many years ago. It's
Conan.
I guess we could talk. This side note is, I feel like maybe not side note, but like we had our first He-Man teaser.
Yeah,
I'm not sure what to take. The fact, listen,
I'm so excited for it. I love that trailer.
You did?
Yeah, I loved it.
Even though they didn't use, I mean, like Jared Leto saying anything with Skeletor.
He didn't say anything. They like quickly showed him.
No, I know, but that's what I'm saying. I'm like, is it going to just get ruined because?
Well, I mean, it helps that he's under a mask, right? So, like, part of me is like, okay, like, it could have been anyone. It should have been anyone else, but Jared Leto. So, which also is like, there's no way Jared Leto would agree to do a movie under a mask for 2 hours. Like,
that's the same thought I had.
I don't know.
I'm like, I just is, you know, but listen, I'm not. I am a little hesitant. I'm a little not sure, but I am. My intrigues are peaked. I've got like my radar of like, okay, I kind of I'm waiting for the full trailer and see, but it's looking pretty good.
I'm excited for it. I am. So we'll see. But yeah, I don't know if this is what I want from Arnold Schwarzenegger right now. He also talked about in this same interview, like he's talked to Dan Trachtenberg about coming back to Predator.
That was something I was like, I don't know about.
I mean, they did tease the character in the animated.
Yes.
So
there could be something.
We'll see what that means, but and then he's also talked about coming back for Commando too. So I don't know. I just
listen. He just wants to have a fun time.
Why not?
Right?
But
should he though?
Is this what I want? I don't know. I'm just kind of like, whatever. Arnold, you do you, dude.
Okay, I have one last thing. The last thing is that out of, I guess, I didn't know this was happening, but I saw that the Jack Ryan series is getting a movie trailer tomorrow for Ghost War. I had no idea this was being. I must have missed this on the breakout, or like forever ago apparently. But it's getting the teaser trailer tomorrow. I hope that it does well. I actually really like the Jack Ryan series that they came out with John Krasinski. I think there was the idea that maybe Michael B. Jordan would be with No Remorse, that they were going to come out with, with
like a shared universe.
Yeah, because like Rainbow Six, that they could like come together and be able to like have this kind of series of like military spy thriller operation. I'm listen, good for them being able to like wrap this up in some better. You've still not watched any of it.
I still have not watched any of it. I need to.
You should, because honestly, it's a great. I think it's one of the better series that has come out of Prime. But even, I mean, honestly, The Boys is gonna be wrapping up too. So let's talk a little bit about what we're watching.
Sure.
You mentioned last time we did what we were watching that stumbled with something, and that you were like, you're on the mockumentary. Can I just tell you, I absolutely think Stumbled crushes.
It's so fun. I love that they took basically the premise of the Netflix documentary that was a huge hit, Cheer.
Yes.
And then had a second season, but in between seasons, like someone was accused of molesting someone, and then a bunch of other people were like, and then they just canceled that documentary. But they took that and they just made a comedy out of it, and I think it's hilarious. I love
it. Is so well written.
Boone is my favorite.
Boone, dude. I love that they keep showing, in the first couple episodes, him just like getting wrecked on the football, and that I love that him and the coach's relationship as a couple.
Yeah.
This like two power couple just doing sports thing, not having any kids, but their kids are their team.
Or is their team? Yeah, no, it's funny. I love like the team members, just like how diverse and like where they are in their lives. You have the 36-year-old guy that comes back to the junior college, and then I love it. Courtney's an awesome character.
I have to say this. Like I was watching this, and so at the same time I was watching this, I was doing this kind of like little undercover boss not mockumentary, but like a weird thing for the State of the City for Orem. Did I send it to you?
No, you haven't.
Okay, maybe we'll watch it after the fact. But it was really funny because like there was a lot of moments of like we're cutting to these interview moments, and so it was really on top of my mind of like, how do you make this pacing? How, like, these elements that go into these comedies, and I think that like because of the amount of these sort of films, a series of mockumentaries, their pacing is so locked in on the dialogue, on how they portray of like what makes and because it's not only that, but you have the added portion of like that they're doing cheerleading, the quirkiness of Hidelstein.
Every time it's got a new pronunciation.
A new pronunciation. And it's got some weird, like, someone's going to die because there's like a weird chemical that it's like, it's run by some Russian mafia or whatever.
No, German, dude.
Yeah, German. Anyways, it is just so, and I think if you are a fan of documentaries, you need to be watching the show. if you're just a fan of comedy alone, this show has so much. If you're a filmmaker, you need to be watching it because I think there's something about the pacing, the edit, the way that each of the cast members are delivering things.
Yeah.
It is top notch.
It's really good. I'm having a great time. What episode are you on? Did you finish
I finished it?
Okay, yeah, I finished it as well. So I love the premise of this first season of just we got to get to Daytona, and we have
you love a deadline.
I love a deadline, right? We have something to work towards, and we're aiming towards it. And I thought it was great. I love how it ended with resolving their time at Daytona, but also like setting up what's gonna happen for next season. And Kristen Chenoweth, like.
Yeah.
I think the only thing, shame on me, I guess, but like the only thing I've ever seen her in was Four Christmases. Okay.
Yeah, I think that's the same.
And
Same with
she's
me.
great there, and she's awesome here. Like
Absolutely killer.
Every scene that she's in, like she just steals. And I hope they get more of her in season 2. Seems like here in season 1, they're like, I don't know if we can afford her. We'll have her in a couple episodes, but like I think with how big of a hit it's become, I think she'll have more of her.
I love that she's a villain. There, or right?
Yeah.
It's pronounced Istini. Istini. She just, I think everybody on this cast, they're just hamming it up, and
I love it.
Yeah.
It adds to like just the ridiculousness of it all. So it's a great time. Watch Stumble. If you're not watching it, you have to watch it.
Yeah.
I've been watching Shrinking.
Bro, me too.
I'm just gonna say this. I'm not enjoying it as much as this is my most anticipated show of the year.
Yeah.
I am not enjoying it as much as I did the other 2 seasons. Now.
Okay. Yeah.
I do think part of it is the other 2 seasons I binged. Okay. I binged completely, and I just had a great time with them. Season 1 especially did a great yet horrible job of like resolving the conflict in each episode, but then like the last 30 seconds it introduces like a big cliffhanger, and you're like, why? But then like I just jumped into it then right away, right? Season 2, I love the dynamic by bringing in what's his name,
Goldstein. No,
Goldstein. That was
he ended up murder. He was the drunk driver who hit the wife,
the mom, right? And the wife, yeah, like that was great. But I just this season, I don't know if it's because I'm watching it week by week, and I shouldn't, because I enjoyed watching it, binging it all, the first 2 seasons, that's affecting like my viewing experience.
I think that there's a mixed bag. I actually have been enjoying it week to week.
Okay.
But I also think that I would have more enjoyment from it if I was binging it.
Yeah. I also don't like that, again, Brett Goldstein, Lewis, was in episode 1, 5 minutes of episode 2, and then like, oh, I'm leaving, like I'm gonna go find myself and blah blah blah. Like, yeah, go live your life. I really wanted more interactions between Jimmy and Lewis and Lois, just because I like that dynamic, and what does it mean to like forgive someone that caused the death of your loved one, right? And not just like forgive, but then develop a friendship and a relationship with them. Obviously he left because, right, they're filming Ted Lasso,
right. Well,
and so like he had that, they threw money at him, like, all right, go write and star in that and produce that,
right. Well, the other thing is like Jessica Williams, that episode with her confronting him, so good. It is really good. I agree. I wish that we could have had something for them to develop that, and they shut it down. They didn't shut it, but they had to like end that loop, and that is a little bit of a struggle with this series. I will have to say, I think that this season has me a little bit more of like predictable moments of things like, oh, this is gonna happen, and it going there, and I'm not mad about it, but I think that this might be a growing bit, and part of this is that like everyone loves this series, like the actors love the series, and there's more, but they are going through a little bit of growing pain. I think that is not. I don't feel like you said. Maybe there's not a good enough like struggle that other than, Harrison Ford, Paul's character dealing with his Parkinson's.
Now, originally they've been very vocal that this was like Ted Lasso. This was only going to be
Ted Lasso.
Ted Lasso. It's late, but they were very vocal about how it was also going to be just 3 seasons. We
Right.
know how we're starting, and we know how we're gonna get to the end. It's just we're telling the story of what happens in between, right? But I do believe that it was like halfway through this season that Apple was like, no, give us a fourth. So they're doing a fourth. So maybe they've had to like change story plots or story moments here to like expand and be able to lead into season 4. Maybe that's part of also of what I'm struggling with. I think losing Lewis like impacted the show. I think they introduced what's her name, Sophie, right at the end of season 2. She made an appearance last season or last episode, and I know, we all know, the showrunners know that Jimmy is going to end up with Sophie. We all want it. They want it. Like, we know, right, because of their relationship that they had in How I Met Your Mother. Like, Kobe Smulders, like bringing her into the show was just genius, right? So like we're all expecting them to be together, right? And I think they are purposely like delaying that.
Yeah.
But it's not like they're trying to like subvert our expectations, but it's not working.
Yeah, I think I agree with you.
Like him having his interaction with Paul's daughter was just like, it just didn't work. It's Agreed. Like I know you're trying to delay this eventual inevitable meetup with Jimmy and Sophie. I know it's happening. You know it's happening. Just give it to us. Let's play around with this relationship. But instead, like you're taking too long to get there. Yeah. And you're wanting to subvert my expectations, but it's not working.
I just want them to get. I want to see the messy. I want to see.
Yes.
I want that. I want them to see the message. I want to see him face some of his emotions, have to go to Paul, and Paul, just ream him for that, or even Jessica. Even Jessica, I want her to face. I like her to face the fear and the struggle with Derek too. I want a little bit more struggle right now, and I think that they're playing it off a little too easy again. It's fine. It's fine. I still love all the characters.
I still love the show. Yeah, I still love the show. I'm having a good time. I'm not. And again, like I went from having like a 10 out of 10 experience watching the first 2 seasons, and now I'm like, it's like an 8 out of 10, which is still incredible. You can't say that about every show out there, right? Like, but it is what it is. last thing I'll talk about, and if you listeners and viewers have been here since the beginning of this episode, Mandalorian Grogu. Let me just finish up with this. Am I excited for Mandalorian Grogu? After the last trailer, I think the last trailer is a lot better than the first one.
Agreed.
It looks like an actual movie now, whereas the first one just did not. It looks better.
It does look better. I don't know if I fully agree with you on the fact that it looks more like a movie. I still feel like it's just like an extended episode.
Sure, and I think a lot of that is just we don't know what this movie really is about. Even the synopsis that they release just very vague. So I think that's they're wanting to hold back the mystery of what the movie's going to be, what we can expect, and I think that's doing more harm than good.
Yeah.
With the marketing. Now, I'm not saying like I need you to tell me everything and show me like all the surprises you have up your sleeve. That's not what I'm saying at all. But like I think holding back so much is doing more harm. However, I just spent the last like 2 months, month and a half, watching the original Star Wars with
your girls?
with my 7-year-old.
Oh,
okay?
That's so fun.
I was 7 years old when I watched it for the first time. It blew my mind. So I figured, you know what? She just turned 7. Let's introduce you. Okay. It was the most amazing experience I've ever had. Okay?
I remember. I told you I watched it with Eleanor, right?
Okay. Yeah.
And so I didn't do it with Amelia because Amelia was like, not for it.
Yeah.
She was like, no. But Eleanor loves the fantasy. She loves the world, and she thinks she's a witch. She is a witch in my mind. She's a witch in my mind. But she really did enjoy it. We didn't get to, and we did. I think we did 1, 2. Then we went and did the prequel.
Okay.
And then we haven't finished it, partly because of some violence portions in the third.
Sure, that's where I'm at. So we watched episode 4 and 5, right? A New Hope. My oldest just fell in love with Princess Leia. Like just amazing, this character. Then we watched Empire Strikes Back, and dude, I recorded some of these moments because I was just like,
love it, bro.
Her obviously the reveal of Darth Vader, she just literally had her mouth wide open, just eyes wide open, and just like,
I know.
and looks over at me and she's like, hey, wait, is it really his dad? I'm like, just wait, right? So we finished that, and she was like, wait, so is Darth Vader really his dad? I'm like, yeah, maybe. There's still one more movie to watch, and we can find out. And she's like, okay, let's watch it. So then, like, we watched. We did. I was thinking of going back and doing the prequel 1, 2, and 3, and then coming back for Return of the Jedi. We didn't. We watched Return of the Jedi, and let me just tell you, we finished the movie, and we finished the trilogy, and the first thing my daughter asks is, and this is just where I'm just like, yes. She asks, so did was Darth Vader born bad, or did he become bad?
Oh yeah.
And I'm just like, yes, yes. You're thinking, you're processing, like you're asking questions. This is what good storytelling does, right? And then she asked, will Leia become a Jedi, and will Luke create more Jedi? And I'm like, oh, you're gonna be disappointed there. But we'll get to that bridge in a second. So, anyways, we've gone back to watch the prequel.
Oh, okay.
Okay. We watched The Phantom Menace.
Yep.
She was a little bit bored, but she was just she was interested because there's an 8-year-old, 9-year-old kid, right, close to her age, who's the main protagonist here. So like that caught her attention. Attack of the Clones took us 3 times to watch.
Yeah, that one was a rough one for me too. I think we did. We think we made it in twice. I don't think we did it in 3. I think we did, or maybe we did get it all the way through. I can't remember off the top of my head.
And I'm still like, how much do I like? Do I want to show her Revenge of the Sith? Like, he gets his arms and legs cut off, and the whole burning sequence. Like, she might be too young for that. I don't know. So we haven't seen that yet. She keeps asking to watch it. But here's the realization I had, and I'm glad I'm having this realization as an adult with kids, because the original trilogy, as much as us adults that grew up watching it and want darker and deeper and more thoughtful stories and characters, such as like an Andor, okay,
Yeah.
we want that, obviously. Like we've grown, we've matured, and we want that out of our stories. That's not what Star Wars is about.
It's just about a wonderful space adventure.
It's just a basic story about good versus evil, choices, how we react when we're presented and confronted with challenges and trials, right? Like, and it's so simplistic and basic that even a 7-year-old, and me witnessing, because yeah, I experienced it as a 7-year-old, but like now me witnessing as an adult and seeing a 7-year-old be enthralled and captivated by this story. And we've heard it over and over again, and George Lucas has often said, like, the fans have just become too toxic. Like, these stories were always meant for kids.
You know what? And man, I'm so pumped for you, because I remember doing this, and Eleanor also just like, she just like, whoa.
Yeah.
And it is magical.
It's magical, and I think it just goes to tell you about the power of storytelling, like good storytelling, simplistic. I'm not saying that it's dumbed down.
No, it's clear.
Yes. And it knows what it's trying to do. Even with its rocky production that the original trilogy had, it knew what it wanted to do, right? And so, like, and seeing the contrast between like the prequels, and I've said it before, I love good like Star Wars bureaucracy and politics. Like I do enjoy it, right? And that's what I like about the prequels, is just the bureaucracy and the politics of the Senate. But my daughter was just kind of like bored, especially with Attack of the Clones. She just could not get into it. And even like with parts of like the Trade Federation and taxation on these planets, like my daughter was just like, I'm like, this. Oh, there's like Anakin. He's a little kid. That's Darth Vader as a little kid. That's what really captivated her.
And I remember it's a slog. And at the end of the day, you know, you're right. And this is why the Mandalorian and Grogu have slayed, because kids love it. They don't care. They just care that there's a baby Yoda and he has the Force, and there's a guy with this jetpack.
Exactly. We went and watched Hoppers, okay? And the trailer for the Mandalorian and Grogu came on, and my 2 girls were just so excited. There's a movie. When does that come out? Can we watch it? Can we go? And at that moment, that's when I realized it's fine.
Okay.
It's fine that I'm not excited for that excited for the Mandalorian Grogu, but this generation, and maybe that's who the target audience is now, like for the Mandalorian and Grogu. Like it's kids who are then now going to grow on this, and in 20 years watch it with their kids and whatever, and I guess that's just what I'm trying to say. Like I'm excited for it in the sense that I will be taking my kids to watch it. This will be their first Star Wars movie in theaters. Okay. And after just having watched 5 of the 6, like, yeah, I'm excited because they're excited.
You know what? Thank you for sharing that, bro. I think I needed that. I think I needed that reminder.
I needed it. I needed to like have watched these movies again with them to see it from their perspective. And it was like, as corny as it sounds, like it was such a fulfilling experience and just beautiful experience. Cause it's like, I'm sharing something with them that was shared with me. And now like they have the excitement for it. They're asking these questions about like, what is it? What does it mean to be good? What does it mean to be evil? How does people born evil? Like, I just love that she asked it. Like, was he born evil or did he become evil? And then we've been talking, like, as she's been watching, especially Attack of the Clones, like, oh, like he gets angry and Obi-Wan tells him to like calm down and to like be mindful of his surroundings and his feelings. And like, it's been great.
Oh man, I'm gonna have to rewatch or like I'm trying to think. I actually think that we did end up watching the entire
prequels
and so the original trilogy and the prequels. But I think I made the call to go because we had talked about it a little bit that we'd go 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, and then 6. And for my my daughter with Eleanor who I watched it with, I think she was a little bit more intrigued because she wanted to know, like, I was like, let's learn about him and what going, and then having to talk to her about this is something that you're not going to fully understand right now, but this was a really impactful in Revenge in episode 3 of like people dying of like, and she was like, she felt it. She's an empath. She really like you feel it, but having it realize that like he becomes bad in a similar way, just not as deliberate in the fact that like he had a big journey. He had to make the heart. He was angry. He was, all these things. And not only that, but like that, he didn't know his kids, right? That aspect of that was really interesting. We haven't done any of the Rey stuff, but there is some, but she liked The Mandalorian. Yeah. And so you're right. This is Star Wars. I think this is where Star Trek has always been a little bit more of has dealt with more adult things, has whatever.
And it's been more consistent.
Yes.
In that aspect, right? Like I think Star Wars, because of it is silly. Like it's for kids. And George Lucas was told by everyone, like, you should pitch this to Disney. Like this is something that Disney would want to make. And he's like, no, like 20th century is wanting to do it and I'm going to finance it somehow and whatever. But like it's for kids. And I think like watching it this time around and then seeing them react to the Mandalorian trailer in theaters, I was just like, yeah, okay.
They did their job. We were not their job. Our kids were their job.
Yeah. So, and I think this is a lesson for all of us. Like if and when they make the next trilogy and the next set of 3 movies, one, how's the studio and the filmmakers going to approach this? Like, do we need more like simpler, clear? I like that you said that, clearer stories, right? And themes versus like really digging down into. And again, I love Andor. It continues to be the best thing ever.
I think
right?
Andor is beneficial because it's a series, and I think we can separate these things.
Yes.
And I think that this is where like the acolyte, I think I'm almost torn. Like maybe I should watch that with my kids because she might actually really love that.
Yeah.
At this age, right? She's she's going to turn 9. She's getting older, and that is she be able to like see, and it's a really awesome series of like Jedi and the characters, and they don't have to know everything, but they could get a sense of like good versus bad, and the idea that there's a twin, and that's really intriguing, right? So man, this is great. I'm excited. I'm gonna have to rewatch the trailer with my girls.
Yeah, do that. I think that'll give you a different perspective, and I think I think they're doing what they need to be doing for the right audience, and that's kids. And they're going, and that's smart because they're going to milk Grogu for the next 200 years, right? Like they are like Grogu, ages at a slower rate. So like this character will be tying stories for the next, hundreds of years within the Star Wars universe.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're right. Great stuff, man. I'm glad we were able to do the pod, and I'm so pumped to be back. So if you enjoyed this episode, we would really, really appreciate it if you could chime in. Give us your thoughts. Were you happy with the Oscars? Did you hate it? Is some of the news exciting for you? Or ultimately, are you did Marcel change your mind to want to be excited for the Mandalorian Grogu? Let us know by commenting on YouTube or sending us a message on social, because that's where you can find us.
You can always connect with me, Marcel, on Threads at Marstrosity. That's MARZTROSITY.
And me at Rubio.tv.
Join us next week as we continue our look into dystopian films. We are looking at Brazil. This is Terry Gilliam's iconic, classic dystopian film, Brazil.
I've never seen it. I did finally see the trailer. I am pumped. Did you buy it?
I bought it, yeah.
We're going to watch it together because you did invite me, but I just couldn't make it. We're going to make it happen, and we'll talk about it next week.
So watch it and come back and join us for the discussion.
See you next time.